Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicle Night channel. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get Pokemon TCG code cards. Please don't forget to use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so you can get a 5% discount. Thank you so much guys for always supporting the content I create in this channel. In today's video, we're taking a look at Zekrom from the Brilliant Star set. I actually made a video on Zekrom a while back, but now it's been reprinted, returned with an awesome new artwork with a character N on its back. But this card is better than ever before because now we have a lot of new trainer cards and Pokemon support that makes it even stronger. Zekrom is a basic Pokemon with 130 HP, 3 retreat cost, no resistance, and is weak to fighting. It has 2 attacks. The first one is Slash. For 2 colorless energy, it does 30 damage. And its second attack is Wild Shock. For 2 lightning and 1 colorless energy, it does 130 damage. And then your opponent's active Pokemon becomes paralyzed. However, this attack also does 60 damage on Zekrom. I really like the paralysis effect of this attack because currently there are very few builds or cards that counter the paralyzed special condition. That's why in most cases your opponent becomes powerless to stop Zekrom. And we'll be focusing more on this attack throughout most of the game. So there's a bit of recall damage there, but with 130 HP, you can technically attack 3 times before this attack knocks out Zekrom. However, you can actually reset its HP simply by using the Scoop Up Net, and while the Scoop Up Net will discard all the energy attached on Zekrom, we have Flaafy to help with reattaching the discarded energies. Flaafy has the incredible Dynamotor ability. Once during your turn, you can attach a basic lightning energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So with 2 or 3 of these set up in your bench, you can just continue to re-energize a Zekrom card after another. For consistency, I have Snorlax with the Gourmandize ability and a 2/2/2 line of the Inteleon. Its Stage 1 Drizzile has the Shady Dealings ability. If you evolve into this from your hand, you can search your deck for a trainer card. And I also have 2 of the Inteleon with a Quick Shooting ability. Once per turn, you can deal 2 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. This is just a really nice way of increasing the damage, especially Zekrom is only hitting for 130 damage each time. And you can reuse the Drizzile or Inteleon's ability with the help of the Scoop Up Net. And finally, the surprise, or the surp-Raichu, is the Raichu V, also from the Brilliant Star set. It only has 200 HP, a little low for a V Pokemon in my opinion. It has 1 retreat cost, no resistance, and is weak to fighting. It has 2 attacks. The first one is Fast Charge. For 1 lightning energy, you can search your deck for a basic lightning energy, and you can attach it to this Pokemon. And what makes this attack pretty strong is that you can use this attack even if you go first on your first turn. Essentially, you'll be able to attack on your next turn with an extra energy in play, which sets up nicely for its second attack, Dynamic Spark. For 2 lightning energy, you may discard as many lightning energy from any of your Pokemon, and this attack will do 60 damage times the number of energy cards you discarded. So this attack can deal anywhere from 120 to just being able to one-hit KO any Pokemon in the game. Again, with Flaafy's Dynamotor ability, you can just continue to energize your Pokemon on your bench and potentially increase Raichu's attack. This becomes our surprise attacker because when your opponent least expects it, especially when your opponent's attacker is a 2 or 3 prizer Pokemon, you can easily take your last 2 or 3 prizes by dealing a one-hit KO where possible. So Raichu V is just going to be our secondary attacker and our huge finisher, since it can take big knockouts. As for the other cards unique to this build, first I have 1 copy of Raihan. If one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's turn, you can accelerate a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, after which you can search for any 1 card. Next is Clara. This is good for recovering 2 Pokemon and or 2 energies from the discard pile back to your hand. I added 2 escape ropes because pushing your opponent's Pokemon in and out of the active may force them to use up their switching cards. What this strategy does is that once their cards have been exhausted, it will become more difficult for them to get their paralyzed Pokemon out of the active. Next, I have Choice Belt to increase our Pokemon's attacks by 30 more damage when going against a V Pokemon. Air Balloon for one of our Flaafys, which will act as pivot option. When your active Pokemon gets knocked out, you can just put Flaafy with the Air Balloon in the active, and you can just easily retreat it with one of your other bench Pokemon. I have 2 copies of Stormy Mountain Stadium. Once per turn, either player can search their deck for a basic Lightning type or basic Dragon type Pokemon and put it straight to your bench. And finally, I also added 2 Speed Lightning Energy, which will help us draw into 2 extra cards when we attach it to our Lightning type Pokemon. The strategy for this particular build is really to use Zekrom as our main attacker, paralyze your opponent's Pokemon until they are knocked out, and you don't have to worry about Zekrom because you're only losing 1 prize at a time. And to finish the job is a surprise Raichu V. While your opponent cannot attack because of the paralysis, you can start stacking as much energy into play with Flaafy. All the while, your opponent will not suspect that one of your Pokemon will be able to deal a one-hit knockout to any of their Pokemon. So if your Raichu V can KO a multi-prize target, in the end, you may just be able to take the last few prizes and win the game. And that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. And now please enjoy the following gameplay video showcasing Zekrom with Raichu V. Alright, cool. We're going to be able to go first. I do prefer going first with this build. Just because Flaafy is a stage 1. If you can set up your Mareeps early on in the game, that's great. And then just evolve into Flaafys. And you can start energizing your bench Pokemon with lightning energies as soon as possible. We're just going to play Stormy Mountain so that we can get a Zekrom set up already. We have a speed lightning energy. You can attach that, draw into 2 extra cards. And we can use this Ultra Ball to discard 1 energy that can set up for a Flaafy, and I'll just get a Mareep. I do recommend setting up at least 2 Flaafys. 3 is great, but 2 at least 2, because Zekrom requires 3 energies for it to attack. So if you can energize your Zekrom with your Flaafys, 2 energies from the discard pile, and just manually attach 1 from your hand, you can start attacking with Zekrom. So as of right now, we don't have much energies to go by. So we did get a Flaafy from our top deck, so we'll just evolve into that one. We can accelerate 1 energy, but at least we have a Drizzile. We can probably get a Professor's Research. But we're dealing with 4 Sobbles right now, which is very interesting. Not sure exactly what my opponent's using just yet. This could be a Arceus V-Star build, which is very common in the ladder right now. Just gonna use my Escape Rope so that I can switch my Zekrom. Maybe we can take a knockout here. And I'll have to get a Professor's Research. If we can get an energy, we can attack. But their Sobble is actually weak against lightning, so even if we just use Slash, we should be able to knock a Sobble out. For the meantime, we're just going to evolve into another Flaafy. So now we have 2 set up, which is really nice. And let's see, I'll just discard that energy because, again, we can still use Slash to knock out the Sobble. I'll just set up another Zekrom. And then... no, I think I'll save that probably. Just use Slash, get a knockout here. You know, getting ahead in price is good. It's never a bad thing, so we'll take that. They are gonna Marnie us, okay. So at least we have 1 lightning energy in our discard pile. If this Marnie gets us more energies, the better. Alright, cool. So we got 1. We also have Scoop Up Net, so we can use that to reuse our Sobble even. And we have a Snorlax, just in case we need to draw into more cards. So we are actually going against a Jolteon VMAX build. So I actually don't have a Manaphy in this build. I should probably include one, which is, it's not a bad idea. But as of right now, I don't have one in this particular build. But if you want one, I think I would recommend it. Especially if Flaafy is only has 90 HP. It's good to have protection on the bench. So they are using Elemental Badge, which will decrease their Jolteon's attack by 1 energy. So now they can attack for just 1 single lightning energy. And the whole strategy with the Jolteon VMAX build, of course, is to deal a damage counter on your opponent's bench. And Jolteon can deal 100 damage on the active and also one of your opponent's Pokemon with the damage counter on it. So that's the whole strategy. Most likely they're using Quick Shooting here and then Zigzagoon to deal the damage counter on our benched Pokemon. So with the Shady Dealings Drizzile, they're going to get a Professor's Research, but they cannot use it yet, so they're just going to pass. So we need to be really fast here before they can set up their Jolteon. I can even use Marnie, but I mean, that can put their Professor's Research on the bottom of the deck. Maybe that'll give them less option. I'll just put Snorlax there for the meantime. Scoop up Drizzile. Can reuse that for our next turn. Yeah, let me just put Sobble on the bench. I mean, I could set up another Flaafy, but I think 2 is good for the meantime. Let me accelerate 1 energy on the Zekrom. And then I'm just going to Gormandize. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because even if we use Marnie, that might help them out as well. So that's fine. Professor's Research, they get more cards, but then we can just use Marnie, shuffle those back to their deck. So, okay. There's the Jolteon VMAX. I'm pretty sure they can easily get a Zigzagoon here. So now they can attack for just 1 energy. They won't be able to knock out our Zekrom. I mean, they might if they have like a Zigzagoon, quick shooting, and then hit 400 damage. That's 130 HP or 130 damage exact. The exact damage they need to knock out a Zekrom, and I think that's what they're going for here. 100 damage on Snorlax and knocking out one of our Zekrom, which is really bad. We got a Mareep. I don't know if I should set one up on the bench. Let's see. If I use Escape Rope, I really want to target this Jolteon though. That's fine. Let me just use Escape Rope. Get him on the bench. Maybe I can get a boss. If I get a boss, get that Jolteon, and then probably paralyze it. I mean, they might have a switch, but you know, we're taking a risk. But we could go with that, I guess. So let's just boss this Jolteon. Attach the Speed Lightning. We get 2 cards off of that. And it's still going to be a long while before we can knock out this Jolteon. So what I'm going to do is just use Stormy Mountains, get another Zekrom, and then start building it up. And we're going to go with this strategy. We're just going to continue to paralyze. Hopefully they won't get their Jolteon out of the active. And we're just going to use Wild Shock, Paralyzing Jolteon. It does 60 damage to our Zekrom. But at least they won't be able to attack this turn unless they use his switch. And what's nice about this is that if they don't have any energy on hand, they might have like a switch or something. But they'll need to attach an energy on one of their Pokemon to get them out of the active. Although they have Jolteon, they are using our Stadium as well, which is really bad. I guess they can just use switch and then retreat freely with their Jolteon V. And they're also using full heal here, so but at least it doesn't remove the paralysis, so that's good. Although we're at the brink of getting knocked out ourselves because Zekrom, again, the recall damage is not really good. They're gonna use Inteleon with the Shady Dealing. He's probably gonna grab a switch here of some sort. Let's see if they can get out of this paralysis. That's the only thing. There are a lot of switching options for sure. A lot of builds that uses switch, but they're just gonna pass. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, we're gonna get knocked out if we attack with Zekrom, but I think we're willing to make that sacrifice. We can paralyze them. They can't get out. Let me Marnie. Maybe they have something in their hand. Remove that. Maybe a switch or something. So we're gonna do that. Evolve into an Inteleon. So now we can start using quick shooting. So with the choice belt, we can add 30 extra damage. So we're hitting for 160 damage. Just chip away at this active. Wild Shock. It's gonna knock out our Zekrom, but that's fine. 180 damage is pretty substantial. And that should put it within knockout range of the Zekrom. If they cannot get this Jolteon out of the active, we should be fine. But like I said, there's just a lot of switching options. They probably have a lot of switch or something like that. But we'll see. They are going to use their quick shooting Inteleon against our Zekrom. But we should be able to get a knockout off of this Jolteon. They're going to scoop up their quick shooting Inteleon. Alright. I guess they just want to keep using the quick shooting ability. I thought they were gonna use the Shady Dealings Centellion, but I'm not sure. They might already have what they need on hand. Alright, cool. So they're just gonna pass. We're just gonna energize our Zekrom here. And what I'm gonna do is surprise them with our Raichu V at this point. They won't be able to knock it out. They can do some chip damage, but we're just gonna build it up right now. I think we should have enough energy here to get a knockout. And what I'm gonna do is quick shooting the other Jolteon, because that's their only main attacker. Get a knockout off of this Jolteon VMAX. And we still survive an attack. Get a choice belt, which is really, really good. Another Flaafy. And a lightning energy. So we have a manual attachment of energy. We also have the 2 Flaafy lines. So I think we should be good. This Jolteon VMAX only has 280 HP at this point. Let's see how much damage we're doing with Raichu V. 240, 612, 240. I think we should be good, actually. With the quick shooting and then the choice belt, we should be able to knock out this Jolteon. They are going to boss our Raichu V. They're going to get a knockout out of our Zekrom. And probably they're just going to target our Snorlax, hitting our Raichu V for 100 damage. And I think they almost got it, dude. If we don't get a knockout here, they're going to win the game. But I think we have this in the bag. We just have to use our Flaafy. Energize, Flaafy, energize. It doesn't really matter who we energize on the bench. We're just going to put this. We have Choice Belt to increase our attack even further. Use our quick shooting to add 2 more damage on their Jolteon. Dynamic Spark. And we're just going to discard all of this energy. And we're going to get a knockout here for the game. Awesome, dude. There's the Raichu surprise for ya. Good game. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicle Night channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.